we spent a lot of time yesterday in going slowly, but today we have to go a bit fast. Now we are going to go to elevation to Krishna consciousness. Can you see my screen? Is it visible? Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhuji, screen is visible. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji, screen is visible, but the Elevation to Krishna Consciousness book is not visible yet.
Presentation is not visible.
No,
You
Prabhuji.
can't. You cannot see.
No.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Elevation to Krishna consciousness using human life. We should not waste this life by working hard for sense gratification and worshipping and hogs. We should accept a life devoted to the cultivation of Krishna consciousness. And then we will get unlimited happiness and unlimited pleasure. Okay? Is it all? Are you with me? Prabhupada is saying something which we have talked about yesterday also. We should not waste our time like working like donkeys. We should like pigs. Okay? This is the sum and substance of the Krishna consciousness movement. We should understand what is the objective, and objective is to reach Krishna. So our time should be maximum utilized in terms of reaching Krishna rather than spending time in terms of mundane work. Using human and animal life. Purified existence constitutes the difference between animal life and human life. But the problem is what? That we are living a life which is no different from that of an animal. But from Shastra's point of view, the difference is what? Difference is purification of life by having a consciousness which is there in human beings. But Lord is so kind that He gives even moksha to ones who are not human. If we purify our existence simply by following the basic regulatory principles, we will be eligible. What is it? No illicit sexual connection. We all know that. No meat eating, no intoxication, and no gambling. These are the four basic steps, basis which Prabhupada has assured us, the Parampara has assured us. We will gradually rise to attain our spiritual existence. We have spent a lot of time in the last 2 days. I have shared with you the entire sequence, the entire formula, how we can basically ultimately reach Krishna. The living entities, jivas, are minute samples of the Supreme Lord, and being so, they therefore find their activities the desire for eternal existence. You know, you must have noticed it. None of us, even if we are 80 years of age, 90 years of age, we feel old, right? Our body may be old, but we don't feel old. The reason is because our soul is infinite. Our soul never dies. That is the reason why Everybody may be going to the graveyard, everybody may be going to the Shamshan Ghat, but we feel that we are not going to go because of the reason that we are having a constituent which is known as the soul. A fish that is taken out of water cannot be happy by any arrangement. Prabhupada is trying to say, please try to understand, we do not belong to planet Earth. This is Dukhalaya, right? We belong to something else. We belong to Vaikunt. So, howsoever we may try to find happiness over here, just like a fish out of water, we will not be in a position to find happiness. So, we should understand we are a minute part of the Satchit Anand, which is there in the same part, the same quality which is there in Krishna. Best and surest way for everyone to attain spiritual bliss was propounded by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These devotional activities, so through devotional activities, can change the very face of our material nature. We have discussed it yesterday. I'm just repeating it again because it is coming in this book, right? We have to spiritualize all our activities. We have to spiritualize all our activities. Amruta Mataji, you have come here for the first time. You are welcome, right? Priyam Shirvastava Mataji, likewise, you have come here for the first time. You are welcome today. Hankering after material happiness is called lust, and lusty activities are sure to meet with frustration in the long run. So, lust, as far as our definition, is in a way linked with sex. But as far as Prabhupada is concerned, he says hankering after material happiness is called as lust. I am requesting all of you to please keep your cameras open. Priyam Srivastava Mataji, you may please keep it open. That will be good. Others who have kept it closed are also welcome to keep it open. Because in this class, as I mentioned to you, Radha Krishna are present. And I'm not saying this is the voice, maybe mine, but the knowledge is coming from Prabhupada and it is coming from Radha Krishna. I'm also just listening like you. The body of a snake is very cool, right? But if a man wanted to enjoy this coolness, garlands himself with a snake, he will surely be killed. This is what the Prabhupada has compared material senses with snake. Prabhupada has compared material senses with snake. So just imagine what Prabhupada has tried to tell us very clearly. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery. This is coming in Bhagavad Gita. From the highest planet to the lowest, all are places of misery. The demonic person, Bhagavad Gita 16.13, the demonic person thinks, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my scheme. So much is mine, now will it be increasing in the future, more and more. So this is what it means. What it means, what that all of us sitting here, at least myself, are all demonic because we are thinking like this only. And Krishna is saying, because if we keep on thinking of schemes to keep on accumulating more all the time, then we are demonic. But that does not mean, as I shared with you, please, you do not do any financial planning. If you do proper financial planning, it will help you to spend more time to do devotion, to do bhakti, and money will work for you. So you have to make money work for you. We are all eternal servants of Supreme Lord and therefore cannot enjoy anything. We have discussed this in great detail yesterday and day before. It means the Krishna is the only enjoyer, right? Krishna is the only enjoyer and everything belongs to Krishna. If we know these two things, we will always be happy. Otherwise, we will always be unhappy. The reason why that there is war everywhere in the world is because everybody thinks he is the owner and everybody thinks he is the enjoyer. The fact is, both these things are wrong. The Supreme Lord is the whole and we are the part, right? We have to engage in his interest. Our interest should be his interest. Now, why I have done this go round and round? Because this is very important so that it catches your attention. Even the cultivation of self-realization for one's own self-interest is unlawful and destructive. The point is that all activities must be directed to the satisfaction of Krishna and his service. This is a very deep point which Prabhupada is saying. Spiritual realization for self-interest spiritual realization for self-interest is destructive. This is a very, 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 very deep point which is coming, in which all those people who are into bhakti also and very much evolved in bhakti also are following this. Prabhupada said, we must direct everything to the satisfaction of Krishna. If I'm doing Sola Mala and I'm doing it not for the satisfaction of Krishna, just because I'm doing so that my spiritual realization increases, right? And I'm then Prabhupada is saying, my dear friend, you are mistaken. It is going to be destructive. Everything has to be done for the seva of Krishna, for the satisfaction of Krishna. Please note it down. Please take a photo of it. Please underline it. Please make it bold. That is the reason why I had make it go round, 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 and round. Because this is coming in this book only. This is not coming anywhere else. I'm again requesting all of you to please note it down. Hare Krishna. Actually, it is illegal to work for one's self-interest. This is what Prabhupada is telling us. 16.12, being bound by hundreds and thousands of desires, by lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for self-gratification. But that point was very important. Consequently, although there is no lack of money in the world, there is scarcity of peace. Because there is no end to our desire, and though even everything is available. So we are in the second chapter of this book. If money is not devoted to the service of the Lord, it must be spent as spoiled energy in the form of legal problems or disease. If money is not spent in the seva of Lord, and dovetailing is the best way of doing it, it will result into accumulation of legal problems and disease. This is what is coming out very clearly. Prabhupada is saying point blank. So please blend everything with Krishna. Lakshmi, you have seen the photo also, is always on the footstep of Narayan. So Lakshmi should always be used in the service of Narayan. The laws of nature do not allow us to accept more money than is required for proper maintenance. Anyone can collect any amount of salt from the natural storehouse, but constitutionally, we cannot take more salt. If we do it, it will result into blood pressure. It will result into heart attack. Okay, and the salt and the food will become tasteless, and the entire purpose will be defeated. So this is what Prabhupada is telling us through all these points. Miseries of life are divided into three categories, namely miseries arising from the body, misery arising from the mind, and misery arising from other entities, and misery arising due to natural calamities. These are three sources of misery for the mind and body, right? From other living entities and from natural calamities, right? This is what he's saying, because we are talking about happiness and how we can neutralize all these things. We have discussed it yesterday and day before also. So those who have missed it, please see the recording. To those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So Krishna is saying very clearly, if you have to come to me, you have to serve me with love, with love, with love, with love. Without love, if you're doing it in a stereotype manner, it has got no relevance. Bhagavad Gita 14.4. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by the birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father. Brahma Samhita also, is saying the same thing, right? It's coming in this also, it is coming in Bhagavad Gita also, it's coming in Bhagavatam also. The beauty of our Shastras is that the same thing is coming everywhere, whether it is 4.5 billion years back, or 5,500 years back, or 50 years back. In this material world, the mother, Prakriti, which is material nature, supplies us with this body. The Supreme Father, Krishna, impregnates this matter with living soul. Living soul is coming from Krishna. All the material is with Maya, and the soul comes, it impregnates the matter, and that brings in life. Right? As long as we are operating under the bodily conception of life, our activities are material. But as soon as we understand, I do not belong to this body, right? I am a spirit soul, then all our problems are basically taken care of. And as we discussed yesterday and day before, in a very, very slow manner, this requires regular practice. This requires regular practice. And it will not happen just by doing it once. You have to keep on doing it. This chapter is toward the peaceful society. In the Vedic literature, we find that in this age, everyone is born a Sudra. So please understand this. Prabhupada said this in Bhagavad Mahapuran. Prabhupada said this in Bhagavad Gita. He is telling in this book also. And what is he saying? In Kali Yuga, all of us, whatever our family may say, we are all born as Sudras. And basis our karma, we have to elevate ourselves to higher level like a Vaishnava, to like a Kshatriya, to a Brahman. By birth, we are all Sudras. If, however, we remain satisfied with our birth by our father and mother, we will remain in our condition as Sudra. We have to rise to the Brahmanical platform. This is what is coming very clearly. Prabhupada is saying. A Brahman is one who is a truthful and pure and tolerant, full of knowledge and faith in God. He can control his mind, his senses to Krishna consciousness. Brahman is one who is truthful and pure, tolerant and simple, full of knowledge, and whose duty is to keep on giving the knowledge to others. Brahman is not the one who is wearing a Janayu. No, he is not that. That is artificial. A Brahman is one who is actually truthful and pure, tolerant and simple, full of knowledge and giving knowledge to others. Hare Krishna. So almost everyone is a Sudra. Prabhupada is saying so. Society cannot be peaceful unless there are four divisions of human beings functioning in harmony with another. So there is a this is the modern system of we have modern system or division of labor, right? So the same thing is there, depending on competency. It is not depending on birth. It is not depending on birth. It is depending on competency. Competency. A son of a Sudra can become a Brahman. A son of a Brahman can become a Kshatriya. It is all depending on competency. According to the three modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, the four divisions of human society were created by me. This is coming in Bhagavad Gita. The Lord is himself saying that I have made this division of labor. Okay? And as soon as we become situated in Krishna consciousness, we become transcendental to the mode of material nature. So we are all in the mode of material nature, okay? In the mode of passion, in the mode of goodness, in the mode of ignorance. But once we are into the Krishna consciousness, we are out of this entire this thing. We get graduated to the higher level, which is higher than the mode of goodness, and then we become eligible to go to Vaikuntha. One who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstances, comes to me. The four division of society: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. Right? This is all based on the process of cooperation. This and they do not have to strive. Krishna consciousness is the utmost necessary. So every part of the society has to be in Krishna consciousness. It doesn't mean only a Brahman has to be. No, a Kshatriya has to be in Krishna consciousness. Vaishya has to be in Krishna consciousness. Sudra has to be in Krishna consciousness. 18.65. Always think of me and become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage to me. Thus you will come to me without fail. So Krishna is not saying this to only Kshatriya. Krishna is saying this to everybody. Everybody is entitled to Krishna. Everybody is entitled to Krishna. Modern society is in dire need of intellectual persons or Brahmin who can basically guide. So each one of you who has got this knowledge, please don't keep it to yourself. It will be very selfishness. Just like I shared that verse. You have to work as a servant of Krishna and take this knowledge and share it with others. That is a duty which has been given to you by Prabhupada. Knowing Krishna as he is. Brahma Samhita, you have already seen, so it is getting repeated over. Ishwar Parama Krishna, Brahma Samhita talks about it. Then he says in Bhagavad Gita, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. As pearls are strung on a thread. So I am the truth. I am there everywhere. Bhagavad Gita 3.2. Lord says, O son of Partha, there is no work prescribed for me within all the three planetary systems. Neither am I in want of anything, nor have I the need to obtain anything. Yet I am engaged in everything. This is a very, very important verse of Bhagavad Gita. Lord is there at the same time he is not there. So we have to accept it. So somebody will say, how is it possible? This is what it is. So you have to accept it. So as I said yesterday, that Krishna is there in all of us, right? So when we are taking water also, we have to offer it to Krishna and then take it. We cannot take it otherwise. That's how we will be able to think of Krishna all the time. I am very grateful and thankful to all of you for sharing very valuable inputs and comments on the WhatsApp group. And that really helps the motivation on all of us and makes us all charged towards Krishna consciousness. Thank you so much. Then he says in Bhagavad Gita 10.8, I am the source of everything. From me, that entire creation flows. Knowing this, the wise worship me with all their heart. So you can imagine Krishna is there everywhere. The day one of the class, we did an experiment in terms of seeing Krishna everywhere. And this is Bhagavad Gita 10.8 is also coming from there. Krishna is everywhere. Prabhupada said that I see Krishna more clearly than I can see any one of you. Bhagavad Gita 15.7. The living entities in this conditional world are my fragmental part and they are eternal. But due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. So mind is also a sense. Mind, and we have made mind as a headquarter. We spend a lot of time on discussing, understanding about mind and how mind is making a fool of us and how mind is a barrier between our soul and the super soul. We have to make the mind our friend, not our enemy. That is where Prabhu says, Ishwar says, Paramatma says, Bhagavad Gita 5.38, I worship Govinda, the primary Lord, who is Samasundar, Krishna himself. Is with inconceivable. This is coming in Brahma Samhita. Brahma Samhita. I worship Govinda. We have just gone to Brahma Samhita, and Brahma Samhita is being quoted. I worship Govinda, the primary Lord, who is Shyam Sundar Krishna himself. Whatever is engaged and whoever is engaged in the service, whatever is engaged in the service of Krishna is superior energy. Whatever is engaged in the service of Krishna is superior energy. So please understand, unless and until we engross these points into our heart, note it down, we are doing everything inferior, 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 inferior. Anything you want to make it superior, this mobile phone, this chocolate, this plate, this pen, everything, make it into the service of Krishna, dovetail it with Krishna, and it will become automatically superior. We have been given all these secrets. So in this prayer, please engage me in your service. So once we keep on asking Krishna, please engage me in your service, then what happened? From inferior energy, from material energy, we will automatically become superior energy. Once we become superior energy, what happens? Then we are coming into the spiritual realm. Our frequency will change from material frequency to spiritual frequency. Once we come into the spiritual frequency, as we discussed yesterday, we are eligible to go back to Vaikuntha. Otherwise, it is not possible because we have to change our frequency. We discussed this in great detail yesterday. Bhagavad Gita 18.62. Surrender unto him in all respects, so that by his mercy you can have transcendental peace and the eternal abode. Prabhupada is saying that Goswamis were crying and searching after Radha and Krishna like madmen. So Prabhupada is saying we have to follow in the footprint of the Goswamis and search out for Radha and Krishna. We discussed in detail yesterday how we can cry for Krishna. Though it is very, very difficult, but it was discussed, and Prabhupada is talking about the same thing. You must have seen the speed of our lecture between yesterday and day before and today is totally different because most of the things we are repeating today, right? And in the foundation in class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we go slow, but when we go to college, we go fast. We must feel separation from them. The more we feel separation, the more we should understand we are advancing. Please note it down. Please note it down. If we are not feeling separation, if we are not feeling sad, if we are not feeling there is a element of always thinking that I am feeling, then we are not making spiritual progress. Because many of them people ask Guru Maharaj, how can I know that I have made spiritual progress or not? If you are not crying, if you are not feeling you are separated from Krishna, there is no progress made. With our material senses, we cannot see Krishna, nor can we hear his name. We can begin to perceive him only through devotional service, which requires paramountly love, paramount bhav, paramountly love for him. Knowing Krishna's energies. We cannot see Krishna with our material eyes, nor hear him with material ears, nor touch him with our hands. But if we engage our tongue in his service by chanting, by preaching his name, by Leelas, mentioning his Leelas, by taking his prasadam, he will reveal himself and say, here I am. Then chanting of Hare Krishna extinguishes the blazing fire of material energy. We discussed very clearly how Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the epitome in terms of purification of our heart is concerned. Purification of the heart. Once the heart is purified, then we will be in a position, right, to get Krishna's darshan. If after many, many births, one has to come to this point of surrender, then why not immediately? Prabhupada is saying very clearly, my dear friend, if it is, you have spent already so many millions of births and you have come to this point of human life, why don't you surrender and not waste your time? Otherwise, what is going to happen? It will be lost and you can get it immediately. Now, let me tell you one thing very clearly. There are many of you who have kept their cameras on, and many of you who have kept their cameras off. Many of you who are moving here and there. Those who are moving here and there and are not focusing, it is quite possible they may take another millions of births. Because Prabhupada said very clearly, you can get Krishna realization immediately. Or if you have the same tendency, you will not get it in the next millions of births. So this is where the whole thing is all about. And then Prabhupada says the blazing fire of material nature is supervised by Durga. Our present civilization is therefore a mistaken civilization. Prabhupada said this again and again. We are very, very well off, having cars, having mobile phone, etc. But we are a mistaken civilization. Our knowledge is false, 100% false knowledge. Then Prabhupada is quoting Bhagavad Gita 16.1. The demonic taking shelter of insatiable lust, pride, and false prestige, and being thus illusioned, are always drawn to unclean work, attracted by the impermanent. Their belief is that to gratify the senses is the ultimate objective of civilization. So hence there is the present civilization has equated everything to gratification of senses. And that is how they are going to take birth again and again. This is where it is. So knowing Krishna's energies is what we are talking about. All this thing, Maya, which is going on, is also Krishna's energy. So if you have to reach Krishna, you have to give an exam, na? How can you just qualify? You have to have the similar frequency, na? Similar intelligence, na? So that is the whole reason why this entire thing is there. Inform us in our best interest that we must desire to get rid of material existence. So we are being informed by the Guru Shiksha Parampara that how we must get rid of this material existence. We must detach ourselves vis-a-vis everything which is material. So we are very, very lucky. And you are all very, very evolved souls that you are sitting here, putting concentration, getting your heart cleansed, and we are all sitting in the company of Radha Krishna. We need not artificially adopt principles of materialism. We need only fix our mind on the lotus feet of the Almighty. The real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends and where. So this is basically referring to the Purushottam Yoga, in which it is mentioned that the entire world is actually a reflection. Our world, we see that the leaves are up, the branches are up, and the roots are down. But the spiritual world, everything is opposite. The roots are up, and the branches and trees are down. The banyan tree must be cut, and we should get out of any type of attachment. We have to keep on doing our karma, doing our duty, but attachment has to be only with Krishna, so that we never come back again. Taking to Krishna consciousness. Bhagavad Gita 7.7. O conqueror of wealth, Arjun, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. We have done this again, but Prabhupada has mentioned it again, so I'm bringing it to your notice. So, our eternal relationship with God is Sabhajana. God is great, and we are subordinate. So, He is the primary, we are subordinate. He is the predominator, and we are the predominated. The duty of the subordinate is to please the predominator. So our duty is to basically always see whatever we do makes Krishna happy. So we forget Krishna throughout the day. So please try to get into a practice of pleasing Krishna in every activity you do. Even if you are doing an office work, see that office work is dedicated to Krishna. If you are studying, that is dedicated to Krishna. If you are eating, that is dedicated to Krishna. If you are wearing clothes, that is dedicated to Krishna. If you are taking a bath, that is dedicated to Krishna. If you are driving a car, that is dedicated to Krishna. If you are sitting in AC, that is dedicated to Krishna. That is where it is. That is where it is. That is how we have to dovetail everything. And that is how we can get perfection. Because we have to practice. Otherwise, during the last moment of life, we will not be able to remember Krishna. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, but the mercy of the spiritual master, one is venerated by the mercy of Krishna. So, mercy of spiritual master results into the mercy of Krishna. We are reading all these words, all these books. Everything is what? Mercy of the spiritual master. And when we are, what are we doing? We are doing Krishna Katha. And this is Krishna Katha. And whenever Krishna Katha is there, it is Krishna itself. Hence, Krishna is present absolutely in front of us through this word. Therefore, we should remember the spiritual master always and always be grateful to him. At least 3 times a day, I should offer my respectful obeisance to the lotus feet of my spiritual master. We should be grateful to him because it's coming directly, the spiritual legacy is coming directly from the Krishna, from Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you must at least have enough sense to test to find out who is a spiritual master and who is not. This is spiritual. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is talking about that we have to take Diksha. And how to find it, go and find a master. That is something which you have to pray to Krishna. Pray to Krishna. Krishna gave me the right guru, and basis your intelligence, Krishna will give you the right guru. If you're looking for a guru who is hanky panky, then you will get a guru like that only. Bhagavad Gita 9.27, O son of Kunti, all that you do, all that you eat, all that you offer and give away, as well as all the austerity that you perform should be done as an offering unto me. That is what we were talking about just 5 minutes back, na? All that, all that, all that, all that, all that as an offering to Krishna. When we are now listening, we are talking, we are seeing each other, This is an offering to Krishna. Krishna, this is an offering to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Welcome, Jains. Nice to see you. Hare Krishna, Jains from Raipur. If, however, we want to be cheated, Krishna will send a cheater. I was just telling you, na. If you are looking for a guru and you want to be manipulated, Krishna will give you a guru which will manipulate you, and then you will not reach Krishna. If you are looking for a guru who ultimately helps you in terms of service to Krishna only, then you will get a genuine guru or you will not get it. Clear? It is Srimati Radharani who is the very embodiment of perfect devotional service. So our role model is Radharani, right? So everything has to happen through Radharani. We have to pray to us. We are Gaudiya Vaishnava. For us, Radharani is paramount, ideal. We have to reach Krishna through her. So this is what Prabhupada is telling us, na? We can become associates of Radharani. Radharani will not say no. Say, Radharani, please make me your dasi, make me your das, right? He will not say no. He says, Prabhupada says, we can become associates of Radharani by qualifying ourselves in the advanced devotional service. In devotional service, there is no frustration. Even if we perform only a small amount, it will grow. It will grow. Okay. Whatever you have done devotional service in this life, it will get continued to the next life. And it will get continued to the next life. It does not become, everything else becomes zero. After death, everything becomes zero. Only this is something which gets carried out positively. Even if you perform only a small amount, it will go. Devotional service is never lost. As far as material things are concerned, they are totally lost. Okay? Please understand, this is what Prabhupada has told us. You can basically become an associate of Radharani. When Prabhupada has given this blessing to you, then what is stopping you? You just have to pray to Radharani. Na? Radharani, please make me your, devotee. Please allow me seva to you. How can I please Krishna? Please give me some seva. You all have got the right because your spiritual master has told you to do that. That's it. Hare Krishna. Look at Radharani, how beautiful she is. So kind she is. 18.659.38. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. The result is that you will come to me without fail. Krishna is giving you guarantee. I promise you this because you are my dear friend. Dear friend, not only Arjuna, all of you are a dear friend. Engage your mind in thinking of me. Engage your body in my service. Surrender to me. Completely absorb in me. Surely you will come to me. Surely you will come to me. Krishna is giving the guarantee. The phrase man mana bhava mad bhakto means just be always conscious of. Just be always conscious of. And conscious of me with with love. With love. You know? The living entities in this conditioned world are my fragmental parts. We have done that. The purpose of is love of God, and that religion which teaches us best how to love the Supreme Lord is the best religion. Prabhupada is saying this. It is coming n number of times in Brahma Samhita. It is coming in thousands of times in Bhagavad Mahapuran. It is coming lakhs of times in Chaitanya Charitma. It is coming in Bhagavad Gita. Everywhere it is coming. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we have been able to do this. Now we have got time. Two more books have to be done, and the elevation to Krishna consciousness is over. Can you see Krishna conscious, the matchless gift?
Yes,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you. Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to share with you that each of the book is 150 pages, 125 pages. It took me almost 20-25 hours to read each of the book, and around about 8 to 10 hours to make the presentation, each of the presentation. And so that is how, but Brahma Samhita also took much more time. Can you see the screen? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji, it's visible.
It is visible, na? Okay.
Ji-
So now we are doing the book Krishna Conscious, the Matchless Gift. This was one of the first books of Prabhupada. In a Bengali poem, a great Vaishnava poet has written, when a man is haunted by ghosts, he can only speak nonsense. Similarly, anyone who is under the influence of material nature, Maya, should be considered as haunted, and whatever he speaks should be considered as nonsense. Are you getting what is Prabhupada saying? Not no. You can see the screen. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Screen
Yes,
you can see.
Prabhuji, it's visible.
Okay, I
Yes,
don't know what has
Prabhuji.
happened. I can't see you people. I can see the screen, but I can't see you people. So I was trying to see how I can see you. Never mind. So Prabhupada is saying that there is a poem whereby it says that all of us like are ghosts. He is saying we are like ghosts because, and we are all speaking nonsense only because we are in the influence of material nature. Then he says, aim of this Krishna conscious movement is to bring all living entities back to their origin.